So in this lecture, we will go through the Matplotlib library, which is used to plot the graphs. So if you see this is a one website of Matplotlib, official website. You will find different types of plots. You can go through it. So we will start with our basic plots. So uh, in help menu, you will find already there is a matplot library if you are using NumPy, and if you are using computer sorry your computer system or your Python installed Python, then you can use that command pip install matplotlib. So let's say here pip install matplotlib. So you can use this command and install that library using command prompt. So I have shown in for NumPy library. So first start with import NumPy. We will need NumPy library, let's say as np. Then we will import matplotlib library. Import matplotlib, and in matplotlib there is a section that is pyplot, and we will import it as a in short as a plt. We will use this plt as a small short form for importing library. So whenever we use PLT, so it will address this matplotlib library. So let's say we will create one array. Let's say x is equal to np dot linspace. So we will take values of x from 0 to 10, and let's say we will create 11 values. So I already explained the linspace, how to use linspace. So my initial value, my ending value, and how many number of values I want between these two numbers. And let's say y is a one function. Let's say it is a 2 into x cube. So this is my function. And let's say what is x. Here it is giving me values of x, and let's say I want to show y. And what I want to do, I want to plot values of this small x on x-axis and values of y on y-axis. So let's do that. So to plot the values, you have to use first call the library. So I need to call this library. So I am addressing this library as a PLT. So PLT, similarly here we are using np.linspace. From NumPy we are calling this function, and similarly from matplotlib library we are calling plot function. So PLT dot plot. So first I have to give x-axis values. So I need to define which value I want to get on x-axis. So x-axis I want to get the values of this small x variable. Second, I need which values I want to get on y-axis. So I want y values of this y or this function on this x y-axis. So here our function is completed. Now enter. So you will see the plot is shown. So on x-axis you can see from 0 to 10 it is x values, and corresponding y values are there. And if you don't want this comment here, you can use last comment as a plt dot show. So most of the time you have to use, every time you should use this plt dot show to display the plot. So now it will show the plot. So this is a basic plot. And let's say if you want to give the size to the this figure or plot, let's say I want to use 5 by 5 size. So how can you do? So before using plot command, very initially you have to use plt dot. First you have to call the library. There is command called figure, and inside that use fig size. So this is a command fig size is equal to inside the bracket. Let's say I want to use figure size of 7.5 as a length and 5 as a width. Now we will see the some changes. Now you can see the width is 7.5, sorry, length 7.5, height is a 5. And let's say if you want to get more clear figure, here you can use comma dpi, that is the dots per inch. Let's say use 100 first. So now you can see the clarity is little bit more than previous, but same time the figure size is increased. So here you can reduce these values, let's say 5, and here you are using 3. You can adjust value as per your convenient. So let's keep these values, and if you want more uh, clarity in the figure, let's say 200. So now more clear figure you will see, but it is not necessary at this time. So this much is good. So we can do little bit formatting to this plot. Let's say I want to use different color to this graph, let's say, and after this x comma y to define, after defining the values on x and y axis. So basically first you should define, there are two requirements or two compulsory requirements, that is the values on x axis, values on y axis, and later on you can do formatting as per you want. Let's say I want to use color. So color is equal to, let's say I want to give color is equal to red, then execute. So plot color is change. And next command, let's say I want to use reduce the thickness of the line, let's say. So for that, LW is a command, that is a line width or line weight, you can say. Line weight is equal to, let's say, 1. Now you can see the width of the line is, or thickness is reduced. Let's say make it 3. So you can see more thicker. So better to use 1. So it looks good. Even you can use LW is equal to 1 after this. No issue. Sequence doesn't matter in this case. So first two sequences are important. After that, you can use any sequence. So it doesn't affect output. So color is equal to red. Let's say I want to make this line as a dotted one. So for that, I can use line style. Sorry, line style. This is a command for to change the style of the line. Let's say if I use single line. So this is a original size. So if I use 2 dash, so this will make a dotted line. And let's say if I use different, is there any option? Let's check. So there is no such a option here. You can choose this type or this type. And let's say I can add some markers on this. So marker is equal to, let's say I want to use star marker, shape marker. So this is, you can see star points are added at different location. I can change O. So you will see this spherical points, and you can go to the Matplotlib this website. You will find different types of marker. Let's say if I use T, so there is no T. Let's say capital T. Okay, there is no. Maybe I was thinking triangular, but keep it as a this one. So star marker. So this is the formatting type. Now I can give some title to the graph on this top line. Let's say for that, once you plot the use plot function, after that plt dot title. So be careful about the spelling. So title. So whatever title you want to give, you have to use inverted comma. Either it is single or double, doesn't matter. But make sure whenever you want to use string or some text, use inverted commas. Inside that, I will use y. Let's say y is equal to function of x, f of x. So this is my title, and run it. So it will appear on the top of the graph. And you can give some font size. Let's say font size is equal to 10. it is not changing, increase 15. So now font size is changed. So by default it gives a 10. Now I can give labels to the axis here on X and Y. So plt dot for X axis X label is a command label. So command in inverted comma single or double. On X axis I want to give the values of X, that is I want to give title label to the X axis X, then plt dot Y label I will give as a Y, then execute. So you can see X and here it is a Y. Also you can give the limit to the axis. Let's say I want to give the limit of plt dot limit, sorry, not limit, only lim, for X axis limit X lim, and I want to give from 0 to 10. So 0 to 10, 0 to 10. So let's see. So you can see axis is now starting at exactly 0 and exactly 10. So similarly you can do for Y, plt dot Y limit, let's say from 0 to, let's say, 2000. So this way you can change. But what if I change here, let's say 20, but here x-axis also limit is a 10. So whenever I change here, I have to change here also. So how can I do that? If I want to change to 20, here also should change the 20. Let me show you here on this cell. I will copy this and let me show. So what is the first value of x? That is the 0. It is starting with 0. So 0th element is a 0. You can see. And if I want to see the last element, I can use x of minus 1. So it will show me the minus 20. And if I want to see the second last, it is giving me whatever the second last value is there. So similarly for y also you can use this such a indexing. So how can I do here x starting from 0th element and it is ending at last element, so that whenever you change here any value, it will not affect our limit. Make 21, let's say. And similarly you can do for y also, y of 0, because x is a one array, so by default y will be also calculated as array because y is depending on values of x. And here y of minus 1, that is the last value of y. So you can experiment here also for y, paste it, and let's say I want to see what is a y of 0. So print, let's say first print y of 0. I will print both, print y as well. N is missing. So it is a array of print y, and what is the first value of y is a 0. So 0. Here it is also 0. And let's say minus 1. It should show me the last value, that is a 1600. Let's say second last value, that is this one. So this way you can do it. So run it. Now you can see the change in the graph, proper graph, this way. And I can add some grid. So let's say here plt dot grid. So now you can add the grids to the plot as well. So this is just a basic introduction to our plot. How can you use plot? And let's say you want to try I will give you assignment as let's say uh, here I will copy. Mm, mm. You try it. Let's say x is a let's say theta as a 0 to 360 and get 36 values. Let's say print theta. What is a theta? So it will give me 36 value instead of make 37. So it will be equally pace with 10 degrees, or you can use arrange function. So no problem. And let's say z I want to use np dot sine of theta and multiplied by np dot pi divided by 180 and plot plt dot plot x-axis will be theta, y-axis will be z. So you can see sine wave is plotted. Also you can plot two graphs in a one on one plot. So let's say if I add one more here, let's say here I am using y1, here I use y2 as let's say x square minus 3 into x. And similarly here add one more command plt dot plot x-axis will be x, on y-axis will be y2, and here make the change as a y1. And similarly you can use these lines and copy it. So line weight as a color as a let's say I will use green. Line type don't use marker, no need to use marker. If you want to use you can use. I will not use here marker and run it. So you can see the graphs here. So red and green. So instead of here I will use square so that we will see the proper. Now here you have to change. Don't add limit to the y because it is from previous limit. So now you can see the properly. But I want to find out which is the this one y1 and which is the one. So here how can I do? So my first is y1, so I can give the label is equal to y1 and here I need to add label is equal to y2. Run it, but still it is not showing labels. So for that you have to add the command. Here as well you can add, no problem. After plot plt dot legend and run it. So now it will show y1 is a red, y2 is a green. Here you can choose the limit 0 to let's say 800. So no issue, you can change it later. And let's say if I want to change the location of this legend, here in legend tab you can add loc, that is location is equal to in let's say first use best, so it will choose automatically. And if I want to change, let's say I will use upper right, so it will move to this side. So there are location formats given in Matplot website, you can search. And let's say center, if I use center, so here it is center, upper center, so it will move here. So this is a way of formatting. So you can try multiple choose functions, try it. Here I have shown sine function. So this is like you practice it. We will see different plots in next lecture.